Okay, I'd like to call this meeting, City of Orange City Council meeting to order February 10th, 2026 at 6:30 PM. To ensure the productive and professional conduct of this meeting, we shall adhere to these established rules of decorum and best practices for an effective meeting. Thank you and welcome. Kaylee, roll call.
Yes. Councilmember Stafford. Here. Councilmember Richardson. Here. Councilmember Jarms.
Here.
Councilmember Knight is absent. Councilmember Tiampson. Here. Mayor Marks is absent, and Vice Mayor Grimm.
Here. Okay, with that being said, we got Jacqueline Kaminsky. Oh, hi. Yes.
And you can come right over
Yeah.
here. And everything should be turned on, and you can adjust how you like.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Father God, we thank you for allowing us to come together, oh God. You said trust in you and lean not into our own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Father God, I ask you to look over this council body of leaders, those that have come with questions and concerns, God. Let us be quick to listen and slow to answer. God, we are all part of this great community. We are members of a family, Orange City. We thank you, God, for this opportunity, and we give you all the glory and all the honor. In Jesus' name, and everybody says, amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, first we have absences. Shall the absence of Councilmember Dawn Tiampson from the January 29, 2026 City Council meeting be excused? Council?
I make a motion that the absence for Councilmember Don Simpson be excused.
I second.
Okay. Do we just need a voice on that, or do you need a roll call on that? Just a yay?
Sure, yay is sufficient.
Okay. All in favor?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay, aye. Okay. All right, next is presentations and proclamations. State of the City for 2026. That's Ms. Christine Davis.
Hi, good evening, Vice Mayor and City Council, residents, members of our audience, and the Orange City community. As we come together tonight for the 2026 State of the City, I begin with gratitude, recognizing we were blessed last year to avoid any new damage resulting from tropical storms or hurricanes. Much of our year was spent dedicated to recovering from Hurricane Milton. That same commitment to resilience is reflected in how we've managed our resources. The previously adopted budget supported core services while planning for future needs. Staff and consultants were successful and secured nearly $4 million in grants, which reduces the burden on local taxpayers. We've also stayed focused on getting important projects across the finish line. Projects that residents can see and feel and benefit each day. Major improvements included the Threadgill and Monetary Road reconstruction, which restored critical roadway infrastructure after Hurricane Milton damage. The City Hall roof replacement and envelope restoration project preserved or helped preserve a historic city asset. The green sand filter project improved our drinking water quality. At the same time, we've advanced projects like East Lansdowne Avenue drainage and sidewalk improvements, wayfinding and gateway signage, and Mill Lake Park overflow parking. None of what you hear tonight happens without the dedicated staff for the City of Orange City. It's across all departments, and I want to offer citywide accolades to our staff. Our public safety, utilities, stormwater, public works, parks, administration, and every support team member who show up every day, respond when it is most needed, and keep Orange City moving forward with professionalism and pride. With that, we have issued a hard copy of the State of the City. It's available, there's a few copies around, but it'll be online, and we also have a video. I must give recognition that the video initiative started last year when the city was asked to present a State of the City for a local chamber, and the mayor, along with all of our council members, participated. It was a very unique first time, but it had a value, and with that, we're going to continue with that theme. So whenever you're ready.
What makes a city a great place to live? It's the small things, reliable service.
It would help if I could get the screen to work.
What makes a city a great place to live? It's the small things, reliable services, public safety, green spaces, and smart planning that protects what makes Orange City a great place to live, work, and play. Today, we're sharing the progress that we've made so far and what's to come in the near future. With that being said, here's this year's State of the City.
Hi there, I'm City Manager Christine Davis, and we are so excited to share the progress Orange City has made over the past year. From infrastructure improvements to capital projects and citywide upgrades, our team has been working hard every day to move Orange City forward. Let's check out a few of the improvements we've made and what's to come in the near future. During Hurricane Milton, excessive stormwater caused major washouts on Monastery Road between South Silverstone Court and Pineland Court. City staff moved quickly to design and complete repairs, restoring the roadway for safe travel. The project is now fully operational, and the FEMA reimbursement process is ongoing. The Green Sand Filter project upgraded our main water treatment plant to improve water quality and long-term reliability. New treatment technology reduces naturally occurring compounds in the groundwater, helping ensure safe and clean drinking water for our community. Enhancements also include new pumps, a backwash storage tank, chemical analyzers, shelters, and improved SCADA communication. City Hall, one of our most historic buildings, faced ongoing water intrusion. The City Hall roof replacement and envelope restoration project included exterior improvements to protect the structure and to preserve it for the future. Since the work was finished, City Hall has experienced no additional leaks, allowing the city to move forward with interior renovation planning ahead of the building's 100-year anniversary. The East Lansdowne Avenue Drainage and Sidewalk Improvements project is making steady progress. Crews have completed most sidewalks and driveways with restoration work now underway. The project remains on schedule, with substantial completion expected this spring. As part of Orange City's signage improvement efforts, new entry, wayfinding, and electronic messaging signs were installed throughout the community. These upgrades help improve navigation, create a consistent look citywide, and better welcome residents and visitors. The project is nearing completion with final closeout items underway. A new parking improvement project at Mill Lake Park is expanding access for both the City Utility Division and the public. The reinforced gravel lot adds 28 parking spaces, including 2 handicap accessible spaces. The project is nearing completion, with only minor items remaining. The city collected nearly $4 million in grants, with the largest grant coming from the state at $1.24 million for the Septic to Central Sewer project. Over 11 grants came from the federal government, and 7 grants are currently in process, coming from the federal government, state, and local level as well. has operated Fire Station 68 out of a temporary facility. The city has now approved a permanent two-story fire station located at the South Water Treatment Plant site. This is designed for both emergency response and for fire administration. Final design is underway as the city is pursuing grant funding to move this project forward. The West French Avenue Shared Use Path Project will add a new half-mile, 12-foot wide path connecting Worley Trail to Valentine Park. The project includes ADA-compliant crossings, drainage improvements, safety features, and enhanced pedestrian amenities. Once FDOT approval is received, the city will move forward with bidding this federally funded project. The city is moving forward with planned improvements to Coleman Park, following approval of the park's recreation master plan. Design work is nearly complete and includes new trails, restrooms, shade structures, a playground, courts, and landscaping. The city will continue efforts to secure grant funding before moving the project to bid.
That's just a highlight of the progress happening across Orange City, and we're just getting started. None of this is possible without our residents, elected officials, community partners, and dedicated staff. Thank you for being part of Orange City's story, and we can't wait to see what the future holds. What makes a city a great place to live? It's the small things, reliable services,
Whenever. Okay.
So, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, it's been a very busy year, and we're looking forward to another one, and happy to be here.
Awesome.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah? Thank you.
Yes, Justin.
Good job.
Thank you
Great
so
job.
much. Again and again.
Next, we're going to go on to the Good Citizen Award presentation. The Good Citizen Award program was implemented in 2021 as a way of recognizing people who go above and beyond in our community. The City Council recognizes the strength of this Orange City is built on the efforts of the residents, organizations, and volunteers who dedicate their time and talents to improving the quality of life for others. We're honored to present the 2026 First Quarter Good Citizenships Award this evening to two outstanding individuals who have made lasting contributions to our community. Our first nominee was Michael Stradacchio, also known throughout the community for his compassion, judgment-free service, commitment to helping others. He generously donates his time and resources to prepare Thanksgiving, Christmas, meals for hundreds of people, and operates a food pantry that supports residents in need throughout the year. In addition, he organizes a Christmas toy donation drive to help local families and children during the holiday season. Through his work, Michael brings volunteers together, creates a positive experience for both those receiving help and those giving it. His cheerful spirit and dedication continue to strengthen our community. Michael is unable to attend tonight, so we're going to get with him later and see if we're going to present it to him later or however. Our next nominee is going to be Treylove Lawrence. She demonstrates outstanding volunteer service through her leadership and active involvement in the community. She serves through her nonprofit work with Faith Pillars of Hope, donates her time as a Rotarian, participates in Orange City Chamber events, and supports numerous community initiatives. Treylove has organized family and kid-focused events at Mill Lake Park, creating inclusive experiences for residents. She also promotes creativity in Orange City by designing welcoming spaces where residents, artists, book clubs, local business owners can gather. Through her advocacy, the women and children's health and wellness, Treylove continues to raise awareness and strengthen the community connections. Is she here?
I do not see her myself, no.
She's not here either.
No.
Okay, so I guess
We'll work with her to see.
I guess Justin gets off the hook tonight, huh? So you want me to move on to number 3?
Yes.
Okay. That would be the Levitt Gun Historic District, presented by Darrell Victor. And Darrell's here.
Hello, yes. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
I have a question. Can I click myself on this? Is there a
Yeah,
laser? Yeah, please help me. Excuse me.
So this button's gonna be the laser right here, and then the top down one right here.
Thank you.
But yeah,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Good evening, Council.
Hello.
Evening.
This talk is an update on the Levitt Gun Historic District. There's going to be a little bit of review. I will try to go as fast as possible. Hopefully I'm not too loud here. So I don't take up too much of the council's time, but there will be a bit of review because it's a lot of information. And I just want to remind the council that we're talking about Levitt Road from Graves to basically to French Avenue. It's technically University Avenue, but I want to extend it out to French Avenue. We're talking about where the elementary school is. There's a lot of confusion. It is not part of the historic district. And as we found out at the last meeting, it looks like a 4-way stop sign is going up at Levitt and Graves, which is great news. It's great for the city because we have a perimeter. We have where people will be coming into Orange City and they have to stop. And they have to recognize we are entering a special part of Orange City. So I always like to start off talks with good news. And boy, does this city always need some good news. How about a bank collapse for some good news? In 1897, the state of Florida, all the banks collapsed. And Orange City was not immune to this collapse. Our bank went boom. And one man bailed out this city and bailed out Volusia County. And his name was Rufus Levitt, who lived on Levitt Road. He's the brother of William Woolsey Levitt. William Woolsey Levitt sat on this council. He's responsible for naming this place Orange City. He cast the deciding vote. Rufus Levitt was your postmaster. When he had a stroke, his wife became the postmaster. There'll be another postmaster of a Levitt coming up into this talk. So I just want you to know that we now have another person on Levitt Road, and this is part of this talk, is why Levitt Road is so important and outside of the historic district that needs to be included into the historic district. Because I'm going to be not only including structures into Levitt Road, but historical figures into Levitt Road. This gentleman single-handedly saved this city and took over the bank. The article is right there. This article, by the way, was found in the Mississippi newspaper. They had to publish these articles all over the United States to announce who was saving the bank in Orange City. So if you want to scan newspapers in this time frame all over the United States, you will see that Rufus R.S. Levitt, Rufus Sheldon Levitt, who is buried in Hollywood Cemetery, you can go visit him, it's just around the corner, in Orange City, bailed out this city. And this is a review slide of where we're talking about. Pardon my crude, I'm not an architect or an artist in any way, shape, or form, but we have Levitt Avenue here, and we have 3 structures that we're talking about. The address is 200 Levitt Road, 244 Levitt Road, and 209 Levitt Road. And in the bottom left in the green is Orange City Elementary, which we can all say goodbye to that structure, looks like, and Graves and University. And again, I'm going to keep stating it over and over again, not in the historic district. So the road itself is important, and these 3 structures are historically important. Miss Kim Redding found this, it's called, pardon my pronunciation, it's called the daguerreotype. Daguerreotypes were 3D stereographic things. They were 2 pictures next to each other, and you used this magnifying glass thing. It was how you used to see 3D images. It was on a little postcard. She just bought it about a month ago, and it's Orange City, and we were able to date it using some of our local historians, and we know it's about the 1890s because of the state of the trees. It's about the post-freeze. And the hard thing is to get any good pictures of Levitt Road or Orange City, any historic pictures. And we're able to identify, at least seeing Levitt Road, and if you can see right here, is this is the old Orange City Elementary. And if you don't know what Orange City Elementary used to look like, this is what it used to look like. It was a white building. So we can at least identify right here that this is Orange City Elementary. We know that this is Levitt Road, because Levitt Road is the oldest road in Orange City. Right here, there's Graves Road. You see the train right here, because there was a train track that ran right up Graves Road. And right here is your city hall. Not our city hall, but the original city hall is right there. And the writing down here is Miss Kim Redding has been filling in for historical archives all the addresses here. So we're doing a lot of good work here, filling in the history of the city. We were very lucky that there is a museum in Connecticut dedicated to Abigail Gunn. Abigail Gunn's house is at 209 Levitt Road. And last time I spoke, we talked about the importance of Abigail Gunn to American history. She was from Litchfield, Connecticut, and she was a friend of the Levitts, very good friends. I won't go into it. I could spend a whole hour discussing how that all started, their friendship. But what I found in their archives was this picture of Miss Gunn, but they misidentified it as her in her house in Connecticut. But I noticed that there was a palm tree here and that these trees didn't make a lot of sense. We have this photo of Miss Gunn's house from 1913, and we know that this is Orange City on Levitt Road, and there's that same palm tree. So I notified the Gunn Museum, and they've corrected all their collections. But we have found a potential cache of pictures of Orange City and Levitt Road that may help us fill in that information. We're not too sure who these people are quite yet. By the way, well, I'll have some more information about this house coming up. This house right here, if you notice, it looks a lot like this house. This is William Woolsey's Levitt's house in Litchfield, Connecticut. Notice how similar in style it is to Abigail Gunn's house in Orange City. So, as I have said before, and I'm going to re-emphasize this, and I promise I won't take forever, this isn't a lecture on architecture, why this street is so important and historically important to Orange City is they were recreating their neighborhood in Connecticut, almost brick by brick. And if you can see, they are recreating the architecture. And if you go, if anybody's seen, and I mentioned it last time, the TV show, I haven't yet, The Gilmore Girls, it takes place in the town where the Levitts lived. You can actually see the Levitts' houses in the background. They still exist there. Okay, this is a current photo on Levitt Road. This is 200 Levitt Road. This is the original homestead of W.W. Levitt, of the Levitts. This part of the house was added after the 30s. So this is the original structure, basically. It's been modified. And so what we did is, it's not very good. It looks much better when we expanded it, so we apologize. But we blew up this picture trying to recreate Levitt Road. And we were able to see that this structure right here is Abigail Gunn's house right here. I don't know if you can kind of see that. The school, because we blew it up, it's gone right here. And right about here, because we know that the Levitt homestead sits across the street from Abigail Gunn's house, because they were best friends. It's just about here. And as you can see here, you see the sign right here? City Hall. This is a newspaper article going into Orange City from, what's the date? It's old. And it discusses all the people from Connecticut that moved down to Orange City. But what's very important is it discusses that Levitt's house, W.W. Levitt, his house was known as Pioneer Cottage, and that was built in 1876. Well, they said that in this article that everybody came down from Wisconsin in 1875. So I have no idea why a house 1 year later gets knocked out of the historic district, especially when we're talking nowadays. And it also lists, obviously, Abigail Gunn here and all the people that moved down from Connecticut to live in Orange City. So you may recognize some of these names as well. And it's actually a very nice description on Orange City back in the day. And it's known as the Connecticut Colony, and our street was known as Connecticut Corner. This sketch right here was hand-drawn by a woman named Minnie Levitt. She was actually adopted by Rufus Levitt, the guy who bailed out this town. Her dad died in the Civil War. The rest of her family died in a diphtheria epidemic. She wrote the first biography of all of the Levitts and of their houses. This is a hand-drawn sketch of the Levitt homestead up in Washington, Connecticut. So you can see how the houses go together, and Abigail Gunn's house is included. And you can kind of see a reconstruction right here of Levitt Avenue. And if you notice here that this is Abigail Gunn's house, and it looks drastically different than the house we saw before. I'm going to be very brief here, and you're going to say, well, wait a minute, this is a totally different house. But yet it's New England style. Why? Well, this house was bought by the granddaughter of the Levitts, named Helen Thompson. I live in Helen Thompson's house. What they did is they changed it to actually reflect it to look more like Abigail Gunn's house up in Connecticut, not less. It actually looks more like a Connecticut house. So I wouldn't even call this a reconstruction. It's actually more authentic. I've been inside the house. It actually looks just fine inside. So I don't know how you would even argue this kind of thing when something is to make it look even more authentic to look like it does in Connecticut. This picture, I just found this picture in the Historical Society. It's not very good quality. This is from 1906. It's at the De Yarman Hotel. This is a reunion of the Connecticut corner. These are the Connecticut family. And right here is Madame. And when we say Madame in Orange City, she wasn't the head of a house of prostitution. It was out of respect. This is Madame Levitt, who was the oldest resident of Orange City, the oldest voter in Florida at one time, and the oldest person in Florida at one time. And she is W.W. Levitt's wife, and Rufus's, she was related to Rufus, obviously, as well. But these are all the Connecticut people that live in Orange City. And I'm going to go very briefly, but the Levitts married into the French family. So the son of the Levitt, W.F. Levitt, he's right here with his family, and there's Miss French. They're related. They're married into each other. So we obviously know the French family is very important to Orange City. This is W.W. Levitt, and this is Abigail Gunn. These two lovely ladies are very important to Orange City. This is Nellie Andrews. This is W.W. and Madame Levitt's daughter. She was the president of the VIA. She's the founding member of the Library Association, the Literary Association. She was married to a Civil War hero. This is her wedding photo. She actually believed her husband at her time, her boyfriend, was dead because it was reported dead in the Civil War, and poof, he shows up alive. And this is her daughter. I live in her daughter's house. This is Helen Thompson Andrews, who was your postmistress, one of the few female postmistresses in the United States. But besides this photo was taken in England. She was a famous opera singer. In fact, we just got a new cachet of photos where the back of the photo says she sang for kings and queens in England. And it makes sense because we have our photo album. We couldn't understand why there were all these calling cards from British royalty inside. We thought she was collecting them. but it may turn out that there might be something more to it. But she also was in the VIA, and she raised a lot of money for the city, especially for the colored school. But what was very interesting is that when the Orange City Elementary, the principal of Orange City Elementary, wanted to cut down all the trees, she single-handedly walked over there and scolded the principal and stopped that from happening. So we have a long history of taking on Orange City Elementary. She was very important to the city, and she toured all over the United States. I'm going to keep it brief, but this is a book called Historic Photos of Raleigh-Durham. She toured with her husband, who is also an opera singer, named Walter Thompson. And on page 89, there's a picture of the theater, and there's an advertisement for her and her husband right there. So that's not too bad from somebody from little old Orange City, right there. Now, there were a couple things I want to say. A couple points, and I know I've gone on very long, but what's very important in summation is that I just want to repeat again that North Levitt Avenue is not in the historic district. There should be no confusion about that. I believe I've provided an abundance of historic evidence of the people and the structures, and have supplied and given enough supporting evidence. And I believe Orange City, the local government, needs to officially pass local legislation. We cannot count on county and state and federal governments to protect your historic districts and buildings. If anything taught us that, it was that meeting last week of the Orange City School. You're gonna get carved up and you're gonna get taken advantage of. There are smarter people than us out there, and there are sharks out there that are gonna chew this city up. We need to take action quickly. We need to protect our historic areas. What we think is protected is not protected. I would like to urge the council to take action and leave a positive legacy, especially on this current administration. Each one of you up here, all the way down to the attorney, to the clerk, to everybody here, all of us should take personal responsibility. We need to look in the mirror and say, this is today. We need to protect our historic structures, buildings today for our future, for our children. When people come here and say, who lived in these buildings? Susan B. Anthony came here. Ulysses S. Grant, the president, came here. There are existing protections and ordinances. I'm not bringing anything new to the council. They exist. I've brought somebody here that has them. The historic board is quite frankly impotent right now because they can't pass these legislations. So I'm urging this council right now, we need some positivity. We need to do something very good for this city and its citizens and its future. So I'm going to yield my time for my guest here. Thank you.
Hello.
My name is Tom Hewitt, and as it stands right now, I am the chairman of the Orange City Historic Preservation Board. We do happen to have a historic district that was approved by the Orange City Council approved at City Resolution 97.05.04. as in accordance with our ordinance number 681, which was redone as of June 11th, 2024. Now we have two separate districts, all encased into one big district. Now the larger district, which is the Orange City historic area runs roughly from Sparkman to, oh God, let me see if I can see this. I can't read that. That's, looks like Washington or Wisconsin to Ohio, that I know. And then Sparkman to, it looks to be right around Trafford. Is that right? I think so, Trafford. Okay, that's a good square mile of the city. And that's the local district. Now, when it comes to the national district, it's a little convoluted. Yeah, a little bit more convoluted because of the way the map was drawn. Now, the way it states in the book, it should be from, I believe, Carpenter to Banana, I think, and then over to, from French over to, well, from Carpenter to Levitt, which Carpenter to Levitt is where it ends. And then Banana over to, it's not quite over to Lansdowne, but it's on French. So, and it's kind of wiggly waggly across the highway, okay? And what I've been looking into for him is the, because Levitt Avenue was never put on the Florida Master Site File when it was filed for a national historic site back in 2004 and what it was approved for. And there are other properties around Orange City that I've discovered, like the Mills Lake area. There's properties back there that have been there for hundreds of years, all right? But we don't have anything designating that. There's nothing designated. It's in our historic area, but it's not designated. It's not put on a master site file so that Florida has a record of this, so that we have a record of it, so that the city knows where our historic areas and our historic buildings lie. Now, according to what the master site file says, a building only has to be over 50 years old. It does not need to have any historical reference, as in this person slept here or something like that, to be put on the site file. None of that has to be. But according to our new ordinance, the only people that can do it is the owner of the house. All right? But because we have so many, and because of the amount of buildings that have been demolished in the National Historic Area since 2004, we might not be able to hold the National District. We really need to look and redo our contributing buildings. Which buildings are a contributing factor to the history of Orange City? Which areas are contributing? Now, he would like a national area set up just for Levitt Avenue, which we can do. But it also requires getting Tallahassee involved. They have to come down and review everything. Then they have to send the report up there. Then the report has to come back here. It has to go to Volusia County because that is the city local government that has to review it. Then it would come to us. Then we'd have to mark it all up. And then it has to go back to Tallahassee to be approved. Well, I think if we're going to do one area, I think we should do the important areas, the historic areas that are here. The Mills Lake area, the Blue Springs area. I think they're very important for this. It's okay, it's a drunk cane. I think it's very important for the city, the historic areas that we have in this city. Now, since I've been here, I know of two very important buildings, in my opinion, that are basically going to be gone. One is already the shuffleboard court. The other one now is going to be the elementary school. How many buildings are we going to look at before we say enough is enough? You're taking away our history. Now, granted, an individual owner can do whatever they want to with the property, but city council has the right to say, "Oh, wait a minute, let's look at this. Is there another way we could do this?" Because without our history, we got nothing. We got nothing to look back on to give to our kids, our grandkids. All we got is the now. And what are we doing now? We're tearing everything down. Because people, well, this place wasn't right because of this. This place wasn't right because, well, they need this and they need that. Well, when are we going to stop and say, look, we have to look at our history, whether it's good or bad. It's part of our history. It's part of Orange City's history. It either needs to be celebrated and revered or thrown away. And I think for our part and the council's part, it really needs to be revered and celebrated. Y'all really need to think on it and actually bring up and actually look into the possibility of, let's actually update our contributing factors. Let's update the structures. Let's look and see what's actually here. What's actually missing now. Because it's important. If we allow our stuff to continually get thrown away, we're going to wind up like everybody else with nothing to look back on. Nothing. We can say, oh yeah, well, here's a book. That's the history of Orange City. It's not just in books. It's in families. It's in people. And when you take that away from people, what do they have? Just memories. But sometimes history is living. It's living through the tales. It's living through the people. And that's what we really have to look at. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Okay, next we have citizens' comments. First up, we have Melissa Thorne.
Thank you, Council. I'm here tonight to ask you to do something that I myself can't. Please save Orange City from poisoned aquifer water. My name is Melissa Thorne. I'm your neighbor from DeLand. I'm running for Volusia County Council District 1, but that's not the reason why I'm here. I'm here to speak about the controversial practice of putting treated sewage water into our aquifer and or direct to customers to stretch out the water supply beyond the natural limit. We not only have internal threats, like Deltona, who has already got funding from Tallahassee to do deep well injection right into our aquifer with the treated sewage. But we also have two external threats. One is pollution, which we have already sort of dealt with all of the septic systems and converting them, but also the non-potable water that we water our grass and our golf courses with. We also have preemption. Preemption is from Tallahassee, and Tallahassee is trying at every whim to take away local rights on development, on control of water, and control of land. They have been positioning themselves to literally force us to drink treated sewage to stretch out the water supply for years now. Rick Scott, Governor Scott, started it in 2016. He tried to implement it statewide. The county attorney has shown that there's very little time left before Tallahassee exerts this preemption. It's important for this council to preserve the protections for your residents right now. Even if you don't see the internal threat from Deltona coming, You have to see the external threat coming down. It's knocking on the gate from Tallahassee. All cities must join together for the residents of Volusia. Let tonight be the night Orange City steps forward. Please direct your city attorney to take this petition from Let Volusia Vote and cut it down to only apply Orange City. It's a big step, but do it tonight as Daytona has already done. They voted 7-0 to stop this initiative. You can make an ordinance and you can get it on the ballot in November. Please consider this. It's vitally important not only for our ecosystem, but for the health and wellness of your children, grandchildren, and yourselves. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Angela Vance about OC, building with the wall.
Angela Vance, West Taylor Road in DeLand, and even though my address is DeLand, I promise you that my heart and my life is right here in Orange City. I apologize for ruining from my phone. It was not intended. Last week I sent an email to both the City Council and the School Board regarding the idea that I'm going to present tonight. Copies of the emails have been provided to you. As it seems that the demolition of historic Orange City School is inevitable, I would like to propose that the City and School Board join hands in erecting an educational memorial wall at the corner of Orange and University. While this wall would not be the same thing as having the building there, it would give the community something to see, touch, and feel, and to share with future generations. The wall would have the dual purpose of educating the current and future generations of Roadrunners, of which my daughter is one, about the education of their school, and perhaps something each student could do a project about in the appropriate grade as part of their curriculum. At the town meeting last week, Daryl Victor passed around pictures of the original wooden schoolhouse, the OCS main building when it was built, and other historical photos. I proposed that the wall would include these depictions of the original wooden school, the main building of the now vacant school, and the new school. The wall would include important historical moments, a list of the principals from the first to Mrs. Freeman, with room to add names, and a history of how the school came to be. The wall would also hold the plaques that are currently part of the OCS main building, as well as the cornerstone and the Orange City School sign from the top of the building. The wall would be facing outward towards the corner of Orange and University and would have a wide sidewalk with flowers and perhaps memorial or other educational markers within the flower bed. A bench could even be added to with an engraving noting the site. With respect to the proposed Levitt Gun Historical District, I personally think a matching wall in the district with information such as they presented tonight would be a added beauty to the project. It's important for the area to be outside of the school's protected, fenced-in area so that it's open for the community at any time. This would involve the school board's cooperation in allocating just a small piece of the land to the community use, which also would be for educational use of the students. By allocating just a small piece of land, the school would still be able to use the land the building sits on for its needed purposes, which has been one of the main concerns of the school board, as the children need this land for recreational usage. I would suggest that Tom Hewitt and Mr. Victor, if they are willing, be part of the planning committee of such a wall. I call upon the City Council to send a written proposal to the school board to start the process of making this vision a reality for the community of Orange City and the students of Orange City Elementary School. The time is short. There is no time to waste if we are to save the important historical artifacts from the building before demolition.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did you want to speak on your other part?
Yes, because it's connected, but it's,
Sure.
It's a totally separate thing.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, the city had previously proposed having a viewing day for the community to enter the school, but as of the information presented at the meeting, that's no longer possible because it is not safe to enter the building. So my proposal would be to have a remembrance day that the community needs. To propose that the city, alongside Orange City School and the school board, schedule a family day where Roadrunners from all generations can come together, share memories, take pictures, and say goodbye one last time. If possible, some of the oldest Roadrunners could speak, Pictures could be shared, former principals could share thoughts from their time at the school and more. A group photo of all the Roadrunners present should be taken, as well as perhaps group photos from the decades of various students. Before the end of the day, all the Roadrunners could recite the alma mater as a final goodbye. To raise money for the wall, perhaps, or for other purposes for the school, we could sell T-shirts before and after the event that have the image of the main building, including the orange city school sign that quotes the last line of the alma mater. OCS, we're proud of you. And I think we all are. I visited the school the other night, and I had that thought come to mind, and I'm telling you, tears were streaming. I think we could sell T-shirts around the city, and even like pillow covers that people could use, the teachers could use in their classrooms and such. I believe that many in the community would purchase this as a testament to being proud of our history. The event itself wouldn't cost much, if anything. Families could bring their own food for a picnic, blankets, chairs, and whatever else is needed for the day. The city, the school board, or Orange City Elementary could provide audio equipment needed and perhaps something to show a slideshow on without obstructing the view of the building. Let's come together and remember, once a Roadrunner, always a Roadrunner.
Thank you. Okay. Next, we have Tom Hewitt.
Yes, Tom Hewitt, 1060 Tappan Circle. I want to talk to you about the Orange City Preservation Board. Over the past couple years, we've been losing people, and I don't know why, but we've lost people on the board. We're now down to 3, maybe just 2 members needed out of 5. And I humbly request that anybody in the city that wants to help preserve the history that we have, please see Kaylee at the city clerk's office, get a form to fill out for participating or volunteering for the Orange City Preservation Board, because without the board, we really don't have a voice for the properties, for the historic area. We have staff, but they're busy also doing other stuff. They got the city to run, and it's up to the historic board. See, I told you it was drunk. It's up to the historic board to actually speak out for the properties, to speak out for the areas, the neighborhoods. That's the historic job. That's the Historic Preservation Board's job. And it's our job to recommend to you guys what should be done. But without it, there's nothing left. So once again, I humbly request anybody, any citizen of the Orange City that would like to get involved, please go see our city clerk, get a form to fill out for volunteering for the Orange City Historic Board. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Tom. Okay, that's it on citizens' comments. Next is the consent agenda. Can I get a motion? Council?
Yes, Vice Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Do we have a second?
A second.
Okay. Is there any comment from the public on that? Seeing none, I'll bring it back. Kaylee?
Councilmember Richardson? Yes. Councilmember Darms?
Yes.
Councilmember Thompson?
Yes.
Councilmember Stafford?
Yes.
And Vice Mayor Grimm?
Yes. And it passes. Okay. Next, we have ordinance and first readings. We have none. Public hearings, ordinances, second and final readings. We have none. Resolutions, we have none. Wow, it's a good night.
Chair,
This-
can I
yes.
ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
We've had the young lady, Trey Love, to show up. She's here now.
Oh, great.
How do we do that?
Sure, we can do that. Where is our,
Okay, come on up.
Consent.
Do we need?
That's fine.
You could make a motion to reopen that agenda item, but you don't really need all that formality. You can just bring her up.
I mean, I could do it. Well, let's keep it official. I'll make a motion that we reopen that so that we can hand this award to Ms. Trayla Love for her dedicated service.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Yay?
Aye.
Okay. That you? Are you just taking a picture? Oh, I thought you. You've already read it. Well, if you want to read the, You want me to reread all that?
Come on up.
Okay. So, Trey Love demonstrates outstanding volunteer service through her leadership and acting involvement in the community. She serves through her nonprofit work with Phase, Pillars of Hope, donates her time as a Rotarian, participates in Orange City Chamber events, supports numerous community initiatives. Trey Love has organized family and kid-focused events at Mill Lake Park, creating inclusive experiences for residents. She also promotes creativity in Orange City by designing welcoming spaces where residents, artists, book clubs, local business owners can gather. Through our advocacy for women's and children's health and wellness, Trey Love continues to raise awareness and strengthen community connections. Please join us in front for your certificate and photo with the council. All right. All right, thank you for that. Okay, moving right along. We have 8A, discussion and action, in-kind service, sponsorship policy, new business request by Councilmember Lisa Stafford. Christine Davis is presenting.
I'll start it off, and then we'll head into discussion. So,
Okay, we also have someone that wants to comment on that also. Should we let her go first?
No.
no,
No?
we'll have our discussion.
I would allow the presentation first, and then public
Okay.
comment, and then deliberation.
Okay.
So as mentioned previously, under new business, it was approved that we would bring back, staff would bring back a discussion item to revisit your currently adopted sponsorship policy. Based on that action, staff reached out to Councilmember Stafford, and we discussed what her thoughts and answered a number of questions. Based on that, the proposed change is to consider removing the in-kind cap. This is based on, and it's recommended for the Manatee Festival, Everybody is Somebody, and the Cirrhosis Club. This is in recognition of long-term partnerships that these nonprofits have had with Orange City and the services provided to the community. As mentioned, these organizations host well-attended events and programs that bring residents together. They strengthen the community and enhance cultural and social offerings. Signature events tend to attract visitors from outside the area, increasing foot traffic and spending at local businesses. Through these volunteers and nonprofit leadership, these partnerships provide programming and services that the city currently does not. And in order to provide these, the city would need to identify and provide funding. Successful, long-running events serve to showcase Orange City as an active community and improve our visibility. Basically, at this point, staff recommends, obviously we'll open it up for your public comment, but then that you all can discuss amongst yourselves, and we'll just look for some direction if possible.
Do we need a motion and a second before that?
There's nothing to motion just yet. You haven't had that deliberation, so do you?
Okay.
No,
Uh,
Vice Mayor, what I would recommend is if there are any board member comments, take those, and then take public comment, and then take open deliberation, and then if there's a vote.
Okay. Anybody from the council want to speak on that?
Yes, Vice Chair. What I would like for each of us to consider is, the reason I identified those three organizations is because, number one, the Cirrhosis Club. We've had a partnership. They're not like any other business or anything. We've had a partnership with them since 1958. They're not like come in, disappear, come in, take whatever they can, come in. They've been here. They've been supporting the community since 1958. And for in-kind, for them to have to pay for in-kind service, which we've had a partnership with them for all those years. 1958 is a long time. It's a long time partnership, and they never were looked at as a business. When we could not sustain ourselves, they came in and assist. They say, we'll be partners with you all. Something that the city couldn't afford to do, they would do, and we would all, in exchange, the only thing they were asking for is in-kind service at one time. That's all they asked for, was in-kind service. And that's to keep our community safe. With the Cirrhosis Club. Manatee Festival, like I stated in previous meetings, it was over in DeLand at the fairground at one time. And that's when they did a lot. All of a sudden, the county said, okay, we don't want to do this anymore. It was some citizens of Orange City, along with the city of Orange City, they came together, they did partnerships. They came in and they've been doing this for over 40 plus years with the city as partners. Not as like some of these nonprofits come in and they want this, that, and the third. And when they come in and they do whatever they're gonna do, they disappear. They don't give back to our residents. And this is why I'm stating our in-kind service, whether it's to the Cirrhosis Club, Manatee Festival, like I said, Manatee Festival has been over 40 plus years. Everybody is Somebody, that organization that does the Heritage Festival, and I'm trying to separate them all, they've been going on since 2010. And the reason that happened is because at that time, we had no diversity in the city. Nothing was offered to anyone as far as seeing what we have, the type of people we have, all the different community organizations, all the different people that was here. We didn't have anything to offer anyone. The mayor went to everybody, Somebody, and asked them. Nothing is in writing. If you look, you won't find a lot of this stuff in writing because at that time, we trusted each other. And when we say partnership, a handshake was good enough during that time. And they did that, and they came in partnership because the city did not, really couldn't afford to hire all the staff they was gonna need to make our city, and this is what I say, we can't look at DeLand, Deltona, and all them. We are a very unique city. And when we partnership with someone, we partnership and we make sure that we're gonna, hold fast and hold hands and walk through it all. And this is why I ask that the in-kind service be given back to those three organizations, because they're not businesses that should sustain themselves. They're partners. And it was a partnership that the city agreed to have with these organizations. And like I said, Cirrhosis Club, 1950, I did some researching also. Cirrhosis Club, 1958 is when they came into effect, they worked partners with us. Manatee Festival, if I'm not mistaken, Manatee Festival was in I don't want to give a wrong date, but I know it's more than 40 years. They've been working in partnerships. And everybody and Somebody came along in 2010. And that's when, at that time, the mayor said, you know what? We have a lot of different people in our community now. It's not just one or two. It's a lot of different people in our community, a lot of different races, a lot of different everything. Let us do And this is before we came up with the Heritage Festival. It's not just black, white, and that. It's heritage. Anybody that wanted to participate in that festival is okay for them to participate. So why can't we make sure, because once again, I'm gonna say it again, it's a partnership. Why can't we make sure that that partnership is safe? Why can't we make sure that our residents will be safe and offer that service to them? They're not asking for any monies per se, but they are asking for service. We took the monies out. Let's give them the service that I feel like they deserve.
Okay, thanks, Lisa. Anybody else from the council want to speak on that?
I just have a couple questions. Do you have something to say? I'm sorry. Was I stepping on you, Lisa? I thought you said, I'm sorry? Okay, I thought you said, Okay, so I just had a question about the, I was hoping we'd have more paperwork, because I wasn't here in the first one that you guys, I was in the audience. I remember the council speaking on the in-kind services when it started, and it used to be, there was a budget line item that was in there for $10,000 for the Cirrhosis Club, and it was just every year it was budgeted for $10,000. Do you remember that?
It was 5,000.
Was it 5 or 10?
It was 5,000
It's
for
5 for that, 5 for
cirrhosis,
Manatee.
5,000 for Manatee Festival, and I think it was 2,500 for
Okay.
everybody or somebody.
Okay, gotcha.
And it may have been 2,500 for cirrhosis, 2,500 for everybody is somebody, and 5,000
For
make up the 10,000.
Is that what it
for the
was?
Manatee.
Okay. I wasn't on
It was
that city council
5,000.
at that
It was
time.
5,000, yes.
So at any rate, my question is that then we brought it back, I know, on February 11th, which it references in this agenda item. And looking at the minutes from that, so it was changed in 2022, and then it was brought back last year, and we're bringing it back again?
Yes.
Okay, so can you give me a little discussion? Because I think that was the date that I got sworn in, was February 11th. So I would not have had a lot of meat in the game at that point if it were. So why was it changed at that time, or why was it decided to keep at that time? Do you remember?
Why was it
Keep
decided
it at
to?
the 1,000 in kind cap.
I don't understand why that happened, because I don't understand why. Why would we put our residents in trouble and whatever? Because they bring in a lot of revenue to our city. It's not like the other ones, when they come in, they do whatever they're gonna do. They have people come in.
Yeah.
Okay? They use our police forces and everything, but when they leave, they don't leave anything in the city. They take everything with them. The revenue, the revenue from the hotels, the retail stores, if I'm not mistaken, at one time, they used to give back to the city. I know it feels like, but
No,
they
I
would get-
remember when we had a council member up here that used to donate whatever we gave them, and then whatever extra was left over was donated to other non-profit businesses. So essentially, if they would take the money that we donated as a city and then give it back give it to other nonprofits. I remember that. That was one council member that we used to have.
I don't think that was how it was.
Yeah, because he gave it to, yeah, I remember him.
No, that's,
Relax.
we're having a discussion.
Yeah, I can recall that the Manatee Festival,
Yeah.
on this dais,
Jeff Alback.
Jeff Alback would share that they supported our 2 cadet program.
Mm-hmm.
So the 5,000 that the city gave them, after the close of the program, that money would come back as a donation to our cadet to support the cadet programs. So that appeared to be a wash. And then it's been 10 plus maybe years since I saw a list of how they distributed
Gotcha.
their funds, but I don't recall that it went to other 501c3s. What you will see is your 501c3s will work together and support one another. And in that, they'll donate provide to them for that time that they donated. For instance, at the Manatee Festival, the Cirrhosis Club and the FFA would come and support. Those are two known non-for-profits. Well, they support and provide a service during that event. And in the past, the Cirrhosis Club would manage the front gate, and the children from the FFA would support parking initiatives. And then at the end of the close, they would then donate to those organizations for that support. So it's just the way that they team up together. And I learned a lot about this with in DeLand and their massive amount of 501c3s through the leadership program and how
Right.
they work. And we have a much smaller operation here, but it's very similar to what I saw and learned about in DeLand through the leadership program. And just, we've changed the program over the years. And I can recall, you know, there's been conversations on both sides about the pros and the cons. And this council has stated, or previous council, whether they were united or not, the mentality or the thought process that, you know, we want to help newer groups, and then after a year or two, they should stand on their own. But that's a philosophical, it's not necessarily right or wrong. And what I'm hearing is we've moved away from this, the support of the city providing in-kind, which is when I believe you're mentioning security or safety, is the fact that that's to cover the police and the fire.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at the budget that we were looking at for, I think it was
Correct,
for
and so
the
that's the public
Manatee
safety
Festival.
portion
Right.
that we have out there. So I hope that helps clarify, but in my experience, the 501c3s work together, and then at the end, they can help them or compensate them in a way of a donation for that support during that event.
Got you. I did remember Jeff Allaback giving some funds, so I wasn't sure to whom, that's why I was
Sure.
asking. So thank you for that clarification. And the other thing I wanted to ask is, you were talking about some of the, you know, the different ones that come in, this, that, and the third, the ones that are here for a moment and gone, we've given them in-kind services. So my question is, are we trying to separate the ones that you're discussing today from anybody else and saying that they get unlimited and others only get a portion until they prove themselves, or how do we do that?
No, what I'm saying, what I'm asking is that let it be a partnership. It's been a partnership for over 50, 60 years. Let our partnership, when we're in partners, we're partners now. So let us not make our partner pay for in-kind.
Right, and I understand what you're saying and the idea of a partnership, but can we be a partnership officially, a city and a 501(c)(3)? I don't think so. Can we?
No, rephrase that question.
Rephrase it? Okay,
Yeah.
so she's asking if we can be a partnership, officially a partnership, or just in,
I don't think we're officially gonna go to the
Right.
Division of Corporations and become a partnership, is that?
No, no, I'm
we're
not saying
doing- no.
like we've
Gotcha.
done in the
You're
past.
talking about just partners that are
Right.
helping each other.
got you. Okay, you're just
And
talking about
that's-
philosophically, we're a partnership, we're helping
Yes,
each other.
we're helping each other.
Knuckle Sandwich helps the city, we help Knuckle Sandwich, that kind of thing.
No.
No, no,
No,
no, I'm saying as a partnership. We're all a partnership as a hometown, correct? Is that what you mean?
No,
No.
that's not what I'm
Okay.
saying.
All right, well, let's skip over that then. Then the other thing is the revenue. I'm just trying to understand what we're doing. So I'm looking at this, and it looks like the grand total for service was $6,960, and then it was, actuals were $6,640 for the 2026 Manatee Festival resource. Is that correct? Yeah. So do we also have like what the financials from that, like what was brought into the city? How much tax revenue did the city end up with? How did it get with our sales tax?
Okay.
I'm
What
sorry.
we're looking for is, the revenue I'm saying is bringing into the city is our hotels,
Right, right,
our retail stores,
right.
our restaurants. This is the revenue I'm saying because people are coming to that and they're looking for a place to go afterwards
Sure.
or before. Right. It's revenue that we wouldn't normally receive here in the city. Our small businesses, our big businesses, they wouldn't receive that if we did not have this here.
Right.
We're looking for things that's gonna make more, companies wanna
Generate
come.
more revenue in the city.
Yes.
Got you. And so historically, you're saying that the Manatee Festival, what was the other?
Cirrhosis Club,
The
and
Cirrhosis Club
everybody is somebody.
bring people into the city to shop and to stay and those kind of things.
Yes.
Got you. All right, well, that summarizes the questions that I had. Thank you very much for your input, and thank you very much for your input. You've been up here longer than most of us, and so there you go. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening.
The only thing I want to say, Lisa, is, you know, without having any kind of cap, where does it end? Number one. Number two, we have that other woman we just gave an award to. Suppose she wants to have an event. Are we going to give her the same deal, or if she's not part of that? I'm just worried about singling out certain operations
What I'm saying,
against other people.
No.
No, I heard you.
what I'm saying, Harry, is, Chair, I'm sorry. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying, I am singling them out because they have been here. They have supported us. When, a perfect example from what I've experienced, when the Cirrhosis Club, it's not like they're asking for something. I think Manatee Festival is once a year, the revenue once a year. Everybody, somebody is once a year. The Cirrhosis Club, what they're asking for this service for is for youth. Just about any service like that in kind, just about everything they do is for youth. And it's youth in our community, the residents of Orange City. And they give back to those residents in different ways. They give back. I know for a fact Cirrhosis Club used to be that you had to be a resident of Orange City to receive service for them. Once they took care of home, then if anybody else needed their help, they would be more than happy to. So Manatee Festival, they also give back to, they give to the high school, the band, when they want to go on things. They give to different things in the community. They focus on Orange City community when they give back. And this is why I said we need to focus on the ones that's helping us do our job, because it was a service that the city really couldn't do because budget-wise we couldn't afford to. And the manpower and everything that it's going to require for us to have any type of activities or stuff like that, we just couldn't afford it. And they came in partnership, say, okay, you all, they said, let us work together and offer these services to Orange City.
Well, I was at the Manatee Festival. I was there, and I even made a purchase there. But they were charging $12.50 a head for adults to come in, and it was pretty crowded. So there's a lot of money being, I'm just saying, there's a lot of money being generated.
But that was because they didn't have the, they were doing that at this particular time, but I don't think this was the highest I've known to have to pay to go into the Manatee Festival and to get interest into Blue Springs Park to go down and see the manatee, with which they provided a bus for them to do that, you know.
Yeah.
And the other thing at the Manatee Festival, when I went out there and I walked around, they had a lot of local vendors there. So it supported small businesses as well that's trying to make a living. And they were from Orange City. Quite a few of those businesses, those vendors, they were from the city of Orange City.
I'm sure that they were charged a fee to be there for that day, too, for those 2 days.
And it wasn't that much. But that's okay. That's okay, Harry, but.
Yeah, no
I mean,
problem. I'm
Chair,
just saying,
but yeah, and
I'm
they
playing
had to
devil's
have a
advocate
fee
here, that's
because
all.
they have they have a bus. And when you buy that, when you paid that $12, you rode that bus to the Blue Spring Park, and you rode it back. You got into the park, you saw whatever you wanted to see, and if you would have went out on your own, you would have to pay to go into that park.
Right, and different organizations, I'm sure there's a different fee, like for the haunted house they do and different things, but for this particular one, that's what they were charged. That's all I'm bringing up, that there was a fee, there was money generated, so, you know, how much do you want the city to absorb? That's one thing. But if we have nothing else from council, we do have a woman that wants to speak on it.
I have one other thing I wanted to mention.
Okay, go right ahead.
So aside from all of the the clubs and everything that we're trying to support in partnership, like you stated. So we raised our property taxes. We raised our, we went up on that so we could hire 2 more police. And so it kind of feels counterintuitive to do something like that. Just like when you were saying going to Tallahassee and you would pay for it, and then you said, no, I'm going to do it in the city because we only had a couple people going, which I totally understand, and we had it budgeted. So I'm just looking at it from that way, because we haven't had it budgeted to do that in this budget. Are you talking about next budget year, or are you talking about currently changing it for this budget year for these, the benefit of these clubs,
I'm talking about this current year.
this current year?
I'm talking about this current year, and yes, I did say I would pay for myself, but since no one else wanted to go,
Yeah,
I was more than happy to
right.
go.
And then
with
that's
the
not the
city.
point. It's about, I'm just talking about fiscal, right? I'm not talking about the clubs right now. I'm just talking about fiscally. We raised our,
We have the money in budget. We have the money in budget.
got you. It wasn't about you going to Tallahassee. It was just the point. So my point is that we're talking about fiscal,
We're talking
fiscally
about money,
responsible.
yeah.
Right, we're talking about money. And we're talking about, sometimes we want to save it and sometimes we don't want to save it, and it just depends on what it's for. So that's where I'm trying to get with that.
Okay, but where I'm trying to go with it is the safety of our community is more important than anything.
Absolutely.
If we can have our police force, and I'm quite sure
That's why we
our
raised it.
staff, we have staff that's gonna make sure that it's not gonna cost that much for us. Hey, if I have
Well-
2 police officers there, I'll see what 2 on duty would like to go there instead of go here.
Well, we have, under the policy that we made, we have rates. So fire marshal, firefighters, $55 an hour. Parks and Rec is $40 an hour. And PD is $60 an hour. And that, we have that into our, so are you talking about kind of changing that as well? I don't think we can we?
No, the idea that I'm hearing is that the $640 would be treated as in kind, and the Manatee Festival would not have had to pay they paid $5,960 to offset the implicit cost of providing those employees and the permit fees and so forth. So, this would not equate into a budget amendment, because we have, the cost is implicit. There's no check being written to the Manatee Festival. And the way it operates is, when this is a cost to the budget, but it doesn't require funding because it gets absorbed in the naturally occurring
Right,
line
no, and I
items.
understand how the budget works. You pull from other funds that you can within
No, it's
that
in
one
that
portion.
department. It's in that
Correct,
department.
From that department.
Mhm.
And so we're looking at it from fire, parks, and PD, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then the facility rental fees, permit fees, and that would be it.
Okay. So, again, just bear with me for a moment. I'm trying to understand why we would raise our taxes for 2 new PD and then turn around and take, even if it's nominal, the 1920, but if we do that for every single event that comes along, now we're extrapolating that out on the taxpayer, saying, well, other than, we raised your taxes to get 2 new police officers, but now when we do the in-kind services, we're now going to put that cost on the budget that belongs to the police department. Therefore, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my point.
That's,
Yeah. Well, it's not wrong, but it's not right. It's implicit in that the budget is already funded. You do not have to raise taxes to accommodate this request.
Correct.
And historically, up until 2025, that is how we operated
Correct.
for these organizations. You did previously budget where we actually wrote them a check, as you talked about
Right.
previously. And that has been done away with and not being requested to be
Right, it's in kind.
reconsidered.
Correct.
So it's the in-kind purchase that, or cost that would not require a budget amendment or to be allocated in the budget.
And I understand that
Okay.
because of the amount of budget that we have and considering $6,640 in the whole totality of the budget of the city
Yeah.
for each department, I understand that that is not a thing. However, it's just, what I'm looking at is fiscal. I'm just looking at it from a fiscal standpoint. I know you're passionate, you always say that. I'm very passionate about what I have to say, and I'm passionate about fiscal responsibility because that's my background as well. So that's all
Right.
I'm saying.
And I understand, but like the city manager said, it's not gonna go into our budget like you were saying. We did away with the fiscal part of it when we took out, giving them $5,000.
Just for-
We took that fiscal part out.
Yeah.
And
But it
everything
will
else
go
is in
against the budget
kind.
line items for these budgets, for fire department, parks, and PD. They will go against them, but anyway, that's all
okay.
I got to really
Move
explain
forward.
about that.
Mhm.
So, do you want to hear from the people that want to?
Yeah.
Okay. Christina Bertram? Thank you.
I'm blind, hang on. Before I read this, am I allowed to answer something that she had a question about, Ms. Thompson?
It's your 3 minutes if you'd
Yeah,
like
sure.
to. Of course.
Go ahead.
One of the things I wanted to let you know is you should go back and watch the videos of how supportive your husband was of in-kind services.
Oh, I know, I remember.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, Orange City residents, and you're all Orange City residents. My name is Christina Bertrand, and I am the current president of the Orange City Cirrhosis Club, and I'm also part of the Manatee Festival. It is difficult to stand up here to argue and plead for support from our community, our city, for what once was a long-standing partnership. There are a lot of nonprofits, but just like anything nowadays, everyone is so busy and life is busy. But we are blessed to have a core group of people in our community within a handful of nonprofits, not only these three, but a handful, who love to work and to improve our community and be there when needed. The nonprofits and the people they support took a hit when the city took away monetary donations, which is completely understandable in this economy, and we made other efforts. But then to take a second hit to force nonprofits to pay a bill for services the city is requiring to even hold an event for the residents, children, public, and an event that brings thousands to the area where they stay in hotels, shop, eat, etc., is totally unacceptable. For example, the Manatee Festival paid the city, and I wrote the check, $5,960 for the 2-day festival at the end of January this year. That is $5,960 they will not be able to give back to school programs, science fairs, cancer center out here, Orange City Police Cadets, Orange City Fire Cadets, and scholarships. These are some areas that have taken hits from all of this infighting. We are self-supporting nonprofit organizations. All of these organizations do not have any employees. They maintain a balance to redo the events, and they give away a large portion. So the balance doesn't go into our pockets. It doesn't do anything like that. I was going to bring pictures to show you what it was like when the city is with us at an event, but most of you remember all of this before the fighting. I will close with this. A nonprofit runs with community support, and we answer requests for help within our community. We have received requests from multiple people who have sat up here to help, and we've never said no. Please help us build back our relationship with the city and our community efforts together.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we have one other, Emily Curtis?
Emily Curtis, 525 North Carpenter Avenue, Orange City. I just want to clear up some misunderstandings. The Manatee Festival supports scholarships for students, provides money for fire cadets and the police cadets, amongst other things. The fees that are charged are collected to go back into the community. They're a 501c3 that does not profit from the festival. The Cirrhosis Club is also a 501c3 that gives back to the community via Christmas presents and food to families that need help. They provide school supplies and scholarships to students that want to go to college. They provide Thanksgiving and they meet other needs that come up in the community. Both organizations benefit from the in-kind services, but the community of Orange City receives the final benefit when that money is available to go back into the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that leaves us with, we need to... Any more public comments? No, there is no more public comments. I don't have no more.
Public comments on this matter? Yeah, yes.
Yeah, come on up. Just make sure you fill out a form for Kaylee when you leave, before you leave.
Good afternoon, everyone. I sat back there not wanting to say, but I must say, if you can remember the safety of each and every person that attend any type of event in the city of Orange City, it's a responsibility of the city. The police department, the fire department, the safety in our parks. If anybody can remember, a couple years ago when we had the festival and one of the performers on the stage passed out. If we had to get to a phone and call for someone to come there, he may have not made it. But the police department and the fire department was right there, that all they had to do is jump over the bench and be there to protect him. The safety of the community is what we're all about. And everybody say, oh, you don't do this and we don't do that. But me, myself, I'm not in it for the fun, for the money. I'm in it for the outcome. Not for the income, but the outcome. The outcome is making sure we, as the city of Orange City, produce everything we can produce and keep every citizen safe.
Thank you.
Okay, so where are we at, Christine?
You have one more.
Oh, we have one more?
audience.
Okay. Before you leave, please fill out a form to give to Kaylee. Thank you.
Ellie Massey, Patland Avenue. I am a Cirrhosis Club member, and I have been a member for 48 years. I'm the treasurer. I write the checks. And you've already heard what we donate to. But I want to speak just a minute on the partnership of Orange City and our clubs. I've been here for 55 years, and I have worked with a lot of mayors. I have been on boards for the city in the past. Right now is the only time that I remember that the city has not partnered with the organizations. And that started, I think, last year.
2022.
Yeah. And I can't believe it. They used to say, we're partners and we're going to do this. Well, the city doesn't do that anymore. And I don't know if it's because you don't like the Cirrhosis Club or you don't like the Manatee Festival or anything. I don't know why. But some people don't like us, okay? And I think that's the reason that this has stopped. But we need to get over all of that stuff, and we would like to partner with you guys again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tom Hewitt. Yeah. I only had 3 slips.
I'm a pain in everybody's butt, I think. My name's Tom Hewitt. I live at 1060 Tappan Circle. When this thing was passed back in last year, all right, I think the argument was, why are we giving these organizations money and in-kind services?
It was 2022.
Okay, and I believe the thing was, all right, if we're doing both, because they should be paying something or have some monetary value for the in-kind service. They should be doing something, because it doesn't make sense for the city to be giving them money and then giving them in-kind services. All right, and I think that's where it might have got misconstrued, because I think the problem was it's either one or the other. Either you get the money and we don't give you in-kind services, you have to pay for the in-kind services, or you lose the money, but we'll take care of you on in-kind services. And I think that's where you need to be thinking. Okay? Because you're not giving them money anymore. You're not giving them, I'm just going to say, $10,000, and then plus the in-kind services on top of that. You're not doing that anymore. The budget, y'all said the budget couldn't hold it, couldn't afford it. So you took away the money, and at the same time, and I think what happened, at the same time their discussion, in-kind services just kind of disappeared at the same time.
No, it's still there. I don't mean to interrupt.
But you know what I'm saying. It's like it's not there, because apparently you have to pay for in-kind services. I'm just guessing, because that's what the Manatee Festival said, and I believe that's what our city manager said. So if that's the case, that's what you need to look at. All right, if you're not giving the 301Cs the money anymore that y'all used to give them, that used to be in the budget, right, and in-kind services, well, maybe you should just think about, well, let's do the in-kind services. All right, because it's really not a big deal, and in my opinion, it's not a big deal for the city. The fire workers, the city police, they all have to be there anyway. And you're paying for them to begin with. Now, if you decide that they need to pay a percentage, that would be something different. But I think the in-kind services should be there for these organizations that have supported the city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Lisa.
I have a question to direct to our attorney. Is this legal? The
in-kind
Kind of
services,
service.
is it legal to give in-kind services to? Okay, so I see two issues. In the Florida Constitution, you can't give public funds for private benefit, but this is not that. This is public funds for public benefit because of the economic development that these events create for the city. So legally, it's justifiable to give in-kind services. So what is the value of the economic development that these events bring into the city? I'm sure, I don't know if that's quantifiable, but it sounds like if hundreds or thousands of people come, it sounds like it's justifiable. The second issue that I've heard is, can we selectively give these three organizations money, but what about the others that come? And the answer to that is legally, yes, you can pick just three organizations to give money to. You're totally within your right legally to pick these three organizations based on the history, based on the economic
Hey,
development.
this is good information. Keep going.
So the legal issues are, there are no legal issues. You are completely within your right to give them in-kind services. You're not crossing any lines legally, and it sounds like based on the economic benefit that it provides the city, it is 100% constitutional to do it.
Perfect. And if I may just make one more comment. So I don't agree with infighting. I don't think there is any infighting when it comes to giving money to these different clubs out there. Honestly, I don't understand where that comes from. Not from the dais, but I don't know what's happening. And I don't think that anybody needs to come out here and feel like they have to plead for help or any of that kind of thing. State your case, and I believe that when we ask questions for a reason, because we need to have answers. And these are questions that our constituents are gonna have questions about. So we ask these questions not for ourselves and not for our benefit, but for everyone's benefit. And that's what I'm supposed to be doing up here as an official. So I make the hard questions, I answer the hard questions, I ask the hard questions. And then the safety of each person and every person in our city, absolutely. And that's why we put that in place. When we do events, we have to have police, fire, and park officials to be in those events. And so there is no, they won't be there. They will be there. One way or another, they will be there. And so I understand that we have to look at public safety, and that was my platform all along. And that's why I did, and with the help of my council and everyone else, wanted to have additional police officers on force because we need them. We need a better fire department. They need their own not falling apart building. There's all kinds of things that we're doing to assist in that. So I don't want you to think that we're up here going, oh, we don't like you, so we're not gonna give you money. That is not what's happening. I do know, and I was just doing my homework from 2022 and looking to see how it was voted upon and why. And I do remember, Mr. Hewitt, that they did state that it was either or, instead of just writing the checks like you mentioned, Ms. Christine, that then we just did it as in kind. And I remember that. And I remember everybody voting on that, whether yes or no, but there was a consensus that that was feasible. We'll give you in-kind services instead of giving a check to do as you wish, right? And so I think that's where that all came to play. So, and it is my job to ask for those questions about fiscal responsibility, because we did raise the taxes, because we did put in new police officers, and now I have to just ask those questions, because your neighbors, if you live here in Orange City, your neighbors are going to ask those questions because they're the ones paying their property taxes. They're the ones that have the extra coming out of their pocket. So just understand, no one's coming after anybody, and nobody's asking the wrong questions. These are the right questions, and that's all I really have to say.
So where do we go from here with the discussion and action?
Vice Chair, you would entertain a vote?
To,
So the motion.
Or, I'm sorry, you
Right.
entertain
Yeah, I
a
can't make the
motion.
motion, so-
Entertain a motion. You would have to hand the gavel if you made the motion, but that's the next step. What does the council want to do? We need a motion.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to go back to in-kind only. In-kind contributions to those three organizations.
okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any more comment from the public on that?
No.
Okay, Kaylee, you want to take the vote?
Just for clarity purposes for the minutes, is this going back to the original contribution that was
I think it's removing the
previously-
cap, right?
So it's just to remove that $1,000 cap, but it's not necessarily imposing a new cap, correct? I just want to make sure I'm understanding correctly for the,
It might be good to state for the record, tie it back to the agenda item and clarify that you are asking to amend the policy to remove the $1,000 cap. You can do so moved in a minute. Remove the $1,000 cap for the Manatee Festival, the Cirrhosis Club, and Everybody is Somebody for the current year and then going forward.
Ms. Stafford, if you agree with that, all you have to do is say, so move.
So moved.
And I'll second that.
And we got no comments, so Kaylee, we need roll call on that.
Bless you. Bless you.
Councilmember Darms,
Yes.
Councilmember Tiamson,
Yes.
Councilmember Stafford,
Yes.
Councilmember Richardson? Yes. And Vice Mayor Grimm?
Yes. Thank you. You're welcome.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Okay,
Where are we at?
moving right along. Reports, city manager.
I do not have anything additional tonight. Thank you. I spent all Justin's time and my time focused on the, but business is carrying on, and I just don't have anything else to report tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that great presentation.
Thank you.
Kaylee, we need to hear from you.
I have no report tonight.
Wow, okay. Mr. Attorney, what you got for us?
Vice Mayor, I have one thing for my report. So the commission, or I'm sorry, the council rules, they are open for amendment. I think you moved to open the rules specifically to make the second meeting a special meeting. And I think there's been a couple of other things, such as reducing the public speaking time from 3 minutes to 2 minutes. There's been one or two other things. We can't reach a consensus. So what I'm recommending is we schedule a workshop, and we could do that in one of two ways. We could, what I'd recommend is have the workshop before a council meeting. That would be the most convenient. Probably 30 minutes to an hour. You can have more than one workshop, and the rules are open. They're all open for discussion. So the board can come, or the council can come to a consensus, and we could come up with some new rules or leave them as they are, however you vote. But I'm recommending a workshop. So my ask is, number one, do you want to do a workshop, which I recommend? Number two, if so, when?
I think it's a good idea that we do a workshop so that we can get everybody on the same page, one way or the other, which way we want to go. And we'll also have a full council. And when I'm available, it doesn't matter to me.
So we're going to invite the public, correct? So
Oh,
they
it's
can
gonna
have
be a
their
public
input?
meeting, yes.
Perfect. Okay.
Public comment.
Good.
Yes.
Before the next council meeting, is that what you're trying to accomplish?
It could be next council meeting, the council meeting after. You could pick any council meeting you want.
Well, the next one's on the 24th, that Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we got a week and a half.
Well, there's a lot of ground to cover, so what I would recommend is that everyone read the rules, and anything you'd like changed, bring those changes with you, or email them to me or Kaylee or the city manager before, so we can have them at the meeting.
Okay.
So could we do the second meeting in March, give you plenty enough time to review it, to go through it, any questions, any concerns?
Do it before.
The second meeting in March, before the second meeting on
So
March.
that's March 24th, and
Yes.
the question is, out of the current council members, are all 5 of you available for, say, 5:30 on March 24th?
I am. You?
Well,
The 24th is this council
That-
meeting. He's
right.
saying right before.
oh, you want to do it prior to the meeting? So
Meeting,
like a 5:30
5:30.
start?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meeting and a
And-
5:30
How
start.
about you? You good?
Yes, it'll be here.
The 24th.
The 24th is Tuesday. Oh, you are?
Okay.
Doing what?
Oh, is it March? We're looking at March?
Yeah, we're
It
looking at
is March.
March.
She's recommending
March
March
24th.
Yeah.
to give time to
Enough
review it
time
and
to-
submit your input
Perfect.
to staff.
So 5:30.
So we'll
Okay.
earmark it for that. I'll confirm with the other members, and if it's a go, we will put it on the calendar.
Okay.
So we just need a vote.
Thank you for that.
You need a vote.
Yeah, so motion for a 5:30 workshop on March 24th regarding council rules and procedures.
Yes, I.
So say.
So
So
moved.
move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. That concludes my report.
You'll be here too.
Thank you.
I'll be here.
Ringleader.
Okay. Let's see. Does anybody have any new business? Anybody? Nothing? Okay. Approval of the minutes we already did. council report. Lisa, you got anything else?
Yes, when Tom came up and asked about us considering when we go for the historic to have all areas included. Am I understanding you correctly? Tom?
I think what we need to do is go through the Florida Master Site File and actually put the buildings that the homeowners, according to the ordinance that we have now, the homeowners have to request them to be on the site file. I think once we have that, then we can actually look at going by and setting up, because we can set up many historic districts. And I mean national historic districts. You can set up many ones, but they have to be, the buildings in the area have to be predominantly historic. So that's what we have to look at. But in order to do that, we really need to get our master site file done properly.
So would that fall into what is his name?
Daryl,
Conservation
Victor,
Board?
Victor.
Victor was saying? Would that fall into him?
Yes, that would
Okay.
also fall into that, because he is not, he's listed in the, he's in the historic area, but he's not listed on the, in the site file, which is what we use.
Right, and you explained that there's two. There's a local district and then there's the national
The
district.
national district,
Okay,
yes.
and we have two.
We
That
have
one
two.
is convoluted, which is the national, and then we have the local that we've kind of designated. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
So I was just wondering, how do we deal with something like that?
Joe, how would you like to deal with something like that? Bring it back for a workshop?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So staff will work on this, and then if we get a head nod, we will take some time to look at this and then come back and recommend a workshop once we have some information for you guys to discuss.
Perfect.
Members of council has to be a separate entity from the historic board, correct? Otherwise, there'd be a conflict, wouldn't there be?
Oh, yeah.
Well, if we have a publicly advertised meeting, this will be a staff initiative, so it will not be, when we bring it back, it will be at a publicly advertised either workshop or meeting.
Okay.
So we're covered.
Okay. Anything else, Lisa?
No, just thank Justin, job well done. Thank all the support that the residents are showing us. Continue up the good work. We're doing great work. We're trying to move forward, and we appreciate you.
Lisa?
Really, the staff, we really appreciate the staff because they stand
What you
behind
got, girl?
Absolutely.
Nothing? Yes, Dawn?
Yep, I won't say too much. So I went to the opioid abatement meeting that I filled in for Chief and Chief Ronnie Long. It was really interesting. I had not been before. I mean, I had read some of their material, but it was really interesting to see the different groups that were coming forward, and you know, they're very passionate about the opioid issue, and they're very passionate about all of them. I saw collectively they were all wanting to have the opioid, I don't exactly know how to say it other than crudely saying as a vending machine, it's for Narcan. And so some of the police staff that was there from other cities, they had a very good question of what stops someone from just taking everything that's out of there? Nothing. Hopefully people are, you know, leaving it for the ones, but then you also have the ones that are on the street probably selling the Narcan. So you have all of these kind of things. But I think overall they're trying to decrease the amount of overdoses to have this available on the street. So it was actually just pretty interesting listening to it from both sides. So it was a great meeting. So I just wanted to thank Chief for letting me go over there for him at that time. And then as Kaylee mentioned in the last meeting, because I was out with the flu, I am running again for my district. I only was appointed for this district, and it's only for a 2-year term for the next election until 2028, because that would have been the normal cutoff time from when the former, my husband was, you know, he was there in
Mayor.
2024, reelected.
I hate to interrupt.
Yeah.
I know there are some elections coming up. We need to be very careful about running your campaign
Oh, no.
from the dais. So
Right,
I just
of
want to make
course.
that, I'm not saying you are, but I'm just putting that warning out there.
Appreciate that. Nope, I was just reiterating what Kaylee said, so I wanted to say it myself. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Fran? I'm good also. I just want to thank everybody for coming
Yes.
and allowing me to run this meeting. Meeting adjourned.